Mike, what do you say to people who link crime and violence to rap music?
Hip hop as a entity was started in the late 60s, early 70s. These kids, they were children, got together in the park, stole public electricity, which I strongly support, and decided to do park jams as an alternative to violence. So hip hop is not rap. Hip hop is the thing that houses rap, graffiti, breakdancing, and DJing and entrepreneurship. And what it did, was give poor kids the opportunity to organize as an alternative to violence. People who say hip hop is violence, I would say let's start with the real violence starters. Let's start with the 3 major Abrahamic religions, and let's do away with their books. Let's start with governments and geo-war and politics. Let's do away with our leaders. So after we get down the violent scale of all the things that create real violence, to get to music, people in hip hop want to do the same thing you do. Talk shit about politics, smoke weed, and date dope black women. That's it. Why don't I own any of the land? Like, what do we own? What have you acquired in exchange for your blood, in exchange for your sacrifice, in exchange for accepting the I'm sorry? The world told the Jews of Germany, we are sorry, we ignored you. They knew they were being slaughtered. They knew. And afterwards, they said, we'll figure it out. We'll get you a land. We'll help you be a country. The world saw the horror of Hiroshima and Japan. And after it was done, we gave them industry, and look what they became. So all I'm saying as a black man, if you ask me for forgiveness, be prepared to give me something, to keep your forgiveness in your pocket and take it to your church. It's becoming more militarized. They're getting old military weapons. They're using kids that are fresh out of the military and using military tactics. We have essentially gone from being communities that were policed by people from the communities to being communities that are policed by strangers, and that's no longer a community. I could stay in the emotion of Ferguson. I could care only about that particular moment, but that keeps it at that particular moment. I said from day one, and I say now, this is a constitutional rights issue. All of our rights are being violated by bad policing when any of our rights are being violated. So my take with the president is actually a little bigger than Ferguson. What are you going to do to reinstate the rights of Americans not to be treated like we have a militia, a martial law militia overseeing us in our daily life? Try to learn stuff outside of school as well as in school. Learn to fish, learn to work on cars, learn to do something else besides what they teach you in school, because the stuff they teach you in school pretty much only prepares you to be a factory worker. And since all the factories are in Taiwan and Korea now, unless you plan on learning another language, it ain't gonna be no jobs, baby. You gotta figure that out. Don't have ambitions that are too high. Like, it's weird to me when young black guys always say, I'm gonna be like Jay-Z. No, you're not, because there are 15 other black guys around Jay-Z who can't be like Jay-Z. Just be the best you can be. And the best you can be is probably about average. So learn to celebrate average more. And at the end of the day, just be good to each other, because no one else is gonna be good to you. And I'm out.